It's Miss Coconut. How are you feeling? Listen, we are into this situation that's locking down America, has taken over the world, and there's so much confusion going on. People are wondering, is it 5G related? What is the people that are in power doing to us under the guise of locking us down in the homes? And some people are saying it has nothing to do with 5G. There's a virus that's sweeping the nation. Other people are saying this virus shouldn't be affecting us like it is. Use peroxide and bleach and it will all be over. I mean, it's endless. And you know what? I'm not going to solve that today. Think what you want to think. Radiation comes from your microwave and your cell phones too. So, having said that, there are some things I want to offer you to help counter the effects of radiation, no matter where it's coming from. So far, even though a lot of states have stay-at-home restrictions, you are not banned from going outside. Please go out and get some sunlight, preferably before 12 o'clock, okay, is when the rays are going to be most beneficial to us. We people need sunlight. You need sunlight. This lockdown is making people go stir crazy, but they're also making people be in the house, be fearful, be under the covers. It's not healthy. So the best thing you could do right now is take a brisk walk outside in the healing rays of the sun. As far as I'm concerned right now, even with all of the information I have about what the sun actually is, it's still a great way to get a healthy dose of vitamin D. I always tell people to pick your poison, because once you start studying GMO, you realize everything is poisonous. And when you understand chemtrails, you understand your air is poison. So pick your poison, people. I'm not going to tell you to go vegan because that doesn't suit everybody's body. But what you should do is make the best concerted effort that you can to eat as cleanly as you can. Now, for me, I like wine. Okay, so what I will do is have less meat so that I can drink my wine when I want to. I also don't eat as much carbs, like, rice and pasta, potatoes and things like that. And I limit the meat that I consume because the meat is injected with a lot of fatty hormones, with a lot of hormones and poisons and pesticides, just like your fruits and vegetables, though. So make the best concerted effort that you can to pick great choices. Maybe a few nights of the week you have a meatless dinner. Maybe you choose a healthier option other than red meat, etc., etc. Educate yourself on eating the acidic way versus an alkaline way. Some of these phrases may be new to you, so that's why I'm putting it out there so you can begin to do the research for yourself. Next, consider ways to purify your air. Okay, the reality is a lot of us are on lockdown. So, I sell sage. Feel free to order from me, but you can pretty much pick it up anywhere. Some people are really particular where they get their sage from. Mine comes from California. I've sold this particular brand for years, and it's some of the best sage I've ever burnt. And also consider living plants in the home. It will change the frequency and the air of the home. Very important to research. Look into plants that are low maintenance so you don't have to do a lot of work, okay? Everything in this world vibrates. Nothing is without vibration. Even matter that is solid, like your furniture, it vibrates. Everything vibrates. This world is ran on movement, energy, change. So there is a frequency that you can tap in that is very healing. Okay, that deserves its own video. But what I want you to do is begin to research into healing frequencies. When they study the planet, everything that is good and loving and kind about this earth vibrates at a certain frequency. Get into it. So I'm going to just leave the meme there for you to begin to look into ways of bringing the healing frequencies into your home via binaural beats. It may be certain music and messages, etc., etc. Lastly, I'm going to recommend that you get into the study of orgonite. Orgonite is basically a mixture of crystal, resin, and metals that will come together to be able to offer protection from radiation. The best that I know to do it is Jerry Miller. Him and his wife, Sandra Frazier. I've followed them for years. I actually own a piece of their orgonite. First time I got it, I slept with it and I got channeled to another dimension. It was so crazy, y'all. But yes, it definitely helps with blocking some of the EMF transmissions that we are all getting. So study that, get into the knowledge of it. You have time, you're at home. A lot of us don't have anywhere to go, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. So this is a great time to study, get yourself knowledgeable and educated and protected. Consider water as your lover. Water should be your lover. It's really great in helping to combat the effects of radiation, no matter where it's coming from. Water, water, water. Speaking of which, you can also program your water, okay, to be loving, to be positive, to be kind, to be vibrant, to be healthy, to be whole. You can write words on your water jug that will speak healing into your life. There's a whole study done by this really famous doctor, scientist, on how to program water and what happens when he wrote words love versus hate on the water, and he showed the contents of the water on a molecular level, and the water that had love was just having all of this beautiful frequency to it, and the sacred geometry that was coming off of it was amazing compared to the other water that had hate written on it. So that's a very, very famous case study he did in how to speak life and vibrancy into yourself. I can't remember his name, but if I do remember by the time I upload, I will put it down below. Exercise changes your cells. Exercise changes your cells. The more you exercise, the better chance you have of revitalizing your cells to be healthy. It could be any type of exercise you like. It doesn't have to be strenuous if you don't like. Just do something for at least 20 minutes a day. Speak affirmations daily into your life, especially during this time where we are going through this crisis as a nation, as an entire population of the world. You have to find so many ways to keep the negativity, keep the unhealthy pollution, keep the doubt and fear at bay, because fear actually drives all of the effects that you will be feeling from the radiation, no matter where you get the radiation from, whether it's the tower, the microwave, or the cell phones. Fear amplifies those negative effects, okay? So you have to do things that's going to get your mind and heart in a very calm, loving state. My daughter has these wonderful affirmation cards. You can digitally upload them, download them. I will leave her link below as well. My next tip is going to be find beauty. I went for a walk, saw these beautiful flowers and admired them and captured the video. The birds were singing. It was beautiful. Find beauty in your everyday life, okay? Maybe it's something in the home. Maybe it's a piece of artwork you created. You know, we are creators. We are gods. That's why the Bible even tells you that. Don't you know that you are gods too? You're supposed to be creating something beautiful, something that makes you feel good. You're at home with these babies. Find a project that involves painting, drawing, singing, music, something that you are creating a product, okay? Find beauty. Rearrange your clothes closet in, color coordinated. Find something that brings joy to your life. It is very important in order to counteract some of the effects of the radiation that you have an adequate amount of sleep. Now, that is going to be different for everybody, so I'm not going to make a blanket statement about how many hours, but just know that the very important hormone that's released in our sleep, which is melatonin, has to be allowed to function properly in order for your pineal gland to be open and get certain downloads. If you're not sleeping at night in the dark with these electronics unplugged, you're doing yourself a disservice. So many of these topics I'm bringing up really deserve their own video. I can't even go into how important it is for us to sleep at night uninterrupted, phones off, away from the beds, okay? Electronics, TVs off. You have to start getting the habit of shoring up your body. My last tip to help combat the negative effects of the radiation that's all around us. Listen, it's not going anywhere. We are heading into a AI ran system. That, movie Terminator is coming to pass. We cannot escape it. The best you can do is try to shore up your body and your household. So my last tip is going to be to stay lifted and positive, meaning kind of try to get rid of as much negative news, shows, movies, books, fear-mongering as you can. Right now, we are gripped as a nation in the crisis that's unfolding, but don't let it consume you. Do something fun with your family, plant some flowers, learn a new skill, take up a language course, because the reality is there's not a whole lot we can do about what's occurring externally, but we can do a ton about what's occurring internally. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I'll be back soon. And as always, Om Shrim Brezi.